She appeared to be tough. The detective was unable to break her. But then detective threw the perfect card by saying,
they need to protect them or all the other stuff. When I can tell you, when the roles are reversed, more often than not, you find that that person's not doing the same for you.
This started cracking her tough stance, as the psychological theory of the relational equity theory states that humans expect fairness in relationships, and perceived imbalance leads to withdrawal. The same happened on that particular day.
Mommy knew enough to leave her kids in the car because they were going down the street to do something, and then the kids were close enough to where they could hear the gunshots.
But the pertinent questions before us are, who is this woman and what happened on May the 17th, 2021?
People have been sentenced to prison after prosecutors say their love triangle got someone killed.
Welcome, or welcome back, to my channel. I don't have many followers yet, but every comment from you is a sign that someone out there is listening, and that means the world to me. On the evening of May 17th, 2021, in the quiet town of Brooker, Florida, a 44-year-old man, Tyrone Blocker, was enjoying a backyard barbecue at his friend's, Derek Williams' home, when all of a sudden 3 individuals attacked him and opened a fire, killing an innocent man, as they were there to kill Derek Williams. Surveillance video from nearby gas stations and social media investigation connected Doug Keith, Martesha Johnson, and Jasmine Webb to the scene. So the cops arrested them and brought them in for the interrogation. This is the second episode of the Tyrone Blocker's murder, as we have already looked into interrogation of Jasmine, but today we will focus on the psychological aspect of Martesha Johnson's interrogation.
You want coffee?
Yeah.
All right, hang tight. Hold on, I'm gonna go put some stuff on my desk and I'll be right back, okay?
Cool.
You don't have knives or anything on there, is there? Whatever, okay. Just some hand sanitizer. You're not gonna mace me when I come in here?
No.
Okay.
What is this?
I didn't do that.
Chocolate. They locked me in the room.
The detective jokes about coffee, chairs, and sanitizer, making the atmosphere lighthearted and familiar. This lowers defenses and makes the suspect feel less threatened.
Like, turn the light off. You're going to get me in trouble. So and then you took...
Yeah, you said in a hard chair.
And then you took the comfortable chair. Okay. I'm gonna let this ride for a minute because you've been amazing from the get-go, okay? You have been really cooperative and very interesting. But interesting in my game is not as important as your level of cooperation, okay? But with all that being said and all the lighthearted talk and all that stuff, I do want you to understand the gravity of the situation, okay? I investigate murders, okay? That is just one of the crimes I investigate in addition to others, okay?
After laughing with Martesha, the detective sharply pivots to remind her, I investigate murders. The contrast intensifies the gravity of the situation and highlights the shift from playfulness to consequence.
I'm on a squad that investigates murders. When I go talk to people, more often than not, it's because somebody died, okay? So I know we talked about on the way over here, living your life and doing things, like enjoying your life, not being worried about death. Well, I'm reminded that people die every day, okay? In this instance, somebody died. Somebody who I don't think, not that I'm going to say who deserves and who doesn't deserve to die, but somebody that by all accounts did not deserve to die, nobody didn't like the guy or anything, had any beef with him or anything. Some guy's dead. You understand that?
I hear you.
You hear what I'm saying? Okay. Now, although you requested to be transported here in handcuffs and all that stuff, and I impressed my knowledge that wasn't the best idea. You agreed to drive yourself here. I jumped in with you. We drove here. Everything was good. Had a good conversation. Learned a little bit about you along the way. But now it's like, time to...
Game time.
Yeah, it's game time. Yeah, right. You said you're an athlete, a very accomplished, decorated athlete who is very familiar, if that's in terms you understand. It is kind of game time.
He calls the next stage game time, referencing Martesha's athletic background. Framing the interrogation as a competition engages her ego and competitive instincts while disguising pressure as challenge.
I like to afford everybody the opportunity to tell their side. Okay. I like to afford people that I believe are truly good people. I like to give them an extra opportunity to come explain stuff. Okay. You got to understand the reason we're here is because an investigation was started on Monday and it hasn't stopped. Okay. And it's been very productive. Today is Thursday. Okay. Thursday. So we've been working virtually around the clock since Monday. Okay. And that's kind of why, all the people were around your house earlier, all this thing, you saw us and so with being equipped with that, it's like, I'm going to say you kind of expected us to come at some point. And maybe there was even a part of you that was hoping we'd come. So you'd be able to kind of tell your side and maybe clear things up.
No.
So you mean to tell me you were hoping that I would never show up?
I was not hoping anything. I just, like you said, heard what people said.
Okay.
And then I happened to go outside. I'm like, I've been here for years and years and years. Nobody does that.
Right. Okay. So just your observations you saw and you kind of figured out like something's up. Yeah. So we didn't do a very good job of hiding and all that.
Absolutely not.
And then you figured it out pretty quickly. So I would say that you've already made some statements. I think you're very tuned in to people's body language. I think you're very observant. Clearly, you knew we were there. I think you probably can sum up a situation very quickly. Is that a fair assessment?
I look at things and I try to make the best sense out of it, of the black and white.
Okay. So, given just the gravity of the situation, okay, the fact that we're here at a police station, you have not had handcuffs put on you, okay? I have not told you at any point that you're under arrest, all that stuff, okay? I do want to equip you with your constitutional rights, just so you know, okay? So we're on the same page before we get to talking about criminal activity, not necessarily on your behalf, okay, but on behalf of others, maybe on your behalf, I don't know, okay?
He reminds her she's not under arrest, hasn't been cuffed, and came in willingly. Makes her feel in control, which increases the chance she'll talk without requesting a lawyer.
And as we discussed earlier, you're very well educated. You said USF and Liberty. Talked about maybe walking on it USF track before. Then life happens, and then you had a blessing, and then another blessing, and then another blessing, and then another blessing, okay? But I would hope that sitting here, you probably wouldn't change anything for the world. You probably have, my guess is, just based on my interaction with you, you probably have very beautiful children who are just little rays of sunshine. No? Is that not the case? Okay.
I would wait.
What?
I would wait.
You would wait. Okay, so the timing wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
But them themselves, there's no regrets there, I would think. And
they keep me sane.
They keep you sane? They probably keep you on your toes, too, I'm sure.
He brings up her children, says they keep her sane, and praises their wit. Taps into her maternal instincts and moral responsibility, linking truth-telling to being a good parent.
My 3-year-old does.
Okay. What is it about your 3-year-old that keeps you on your toes?
She's very witty.
Okay.
Very, like you wouldn't think she's on the intellectual level that she's on.
Right. And
she's pretty funny.
Yeah. Most people would not describe a 3-year-old as witty, so there's got to be something there. If that's what comes to mind when you're talking about a 3-year-old, most people will be like, oh, I'm glad that they play with their toys or they do that, or maybe they laugh or something like that. But if you're saying witty, my guess is you're going to have your hands full. Mm-hmm. And so your children, they mean the world to you, right? You would do anything in your power to protect them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was it kind of upsetting when DCF showed up today?
It was upsetting the fact that they wouldn't tell me why.
Right. They were kind of being evasive and not. And once, like we discussed, you're very inquisitive. You want to know, you'd rather be confronted with facts and then allow me to, work with that.
Brings up DCF's visit and how her actions may impact her kids. Implies her silence or involvement might harm innocent loved ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So So you don't want me dancing around here or whatever. Okay. So, I mean, I'll be straight up. There's a murder that occurred in Alachua County. Okay. We have reason to believe that you and your vehicle were in the area. And we have that reason to believe because that's what people are saying. That's what some of the electronic information is telling us. And I told you before, when we get equipped with that information, there's only like certain types of people that are in the area of a crime scene, right? We got suspects, we got victims, we got witnesses. In this case, it's pretty apparent, okay, who the victim is. He's no longer with us. He's dead. He's gone on to whatever you believe, if there's an afterlife, not whatever. He's no longer breathing. Okay, his life effectively ended Monday evening by no doing of his own. Okay, and what we're trying to do is try to work backwards and determine what occurred, why it occurred. You know, is there more to it than meets the eye? I mean, are people that are coming forward, are they being honest with us? Are they misleading us, trying to put more on your plate than needs to be on your plate? But I'm telling you, information we have places you there. So if you'd like to talk about that, I'd love to hear everything from your side.
To see it.
We'd like to see the information that puts you there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I explain to you earlier, like surveillance cameras and all that stuff and license plate recognition? Okay.
He mentioned cell tower data and license plate recognition, but doesn't show it yet. Creates anxiety. She doesn't know exactly what they have.
So that is some of it, and we can get to a point in this interview where I hope that I can show that to you. But I would like, if at all possible, to get an unprompted version of events of what occurred Monday and your involvement, if any, without having to rely on that. You don't wish to do that?
No.
Okay, so do you understand?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, and I'm not saying you did do anything, okay?
So
I'm saying that your car.
I need to see that.
Okay. So if I show it to you, then all of a sudden you're just going to start talking. Is that how that works? That's the magical formula to get you to. If you didn't do anything, I'm not saying you did. I'm saying, yeah, or because people are putting you there.
I don't care what people say. I need to know black and white.
Says she's either a witness or a suspect. Nothing in between. Reduces her options, forcing her to pick the lesser evil. Help us, or we treat you as guilty.
Well, I want you to be able to tell your story. I want you to be able to tell your story. Well, no, I want you to be able to tell, not other people, and let the evidence tell your story. And what I mean when I say that is because you put that human element to it, okay? There's a whole lot of reasons a lot of people do a lot of things, okay? A lot of people, sometimes people are made to do things. Some people are forced to do things. Some people are asked to do that. I mean, all that stuff. Some people are like, who knows, okay?
He lists reasons people might get involved: being asked, forced, or manipulated. Reduces shame and guilt, creating psychological permission to confess without seeing herself as evil.
I don't know what's going on. What I can tell you is unequivocally is that your vehicle and someone who looks very close, if not identical to the young lady I'm looking at right now, was there. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, you are unique in several ways. We've talked about this, right? You got a unique personality. You got a very unique appearance not everybody's rocking the purple and like you are. Okay. You are by all means a one of a kind.
He says her look is one of a kind, emphasizing her purple hair and personality. Destroys plausible deniability. She can't claim mistaken identity because her look is rare.
Okay. So if somebody says, this young lady looks this way, whatever, the chances that there's another young lady that looks like you, pretty slim. So, but what I can tell you is your hesitancy, I don't want to say unwillingness, but your hesitancy to discuss what occurred on that is not a good look for you either. Okay.
I don't care about how I look. I don't care about what you believe. I don't care about what people say. I need that.
You need this. You need this. I don't even know what's in here. So, I mean, there's a statement from somebody. There's some evidence we recovered. There's some preservation stuff. I don't know why I gave you this. There's a search warrant we did. There's not really any, there's no pictures in here. We'll get to the show and tell portion.
He calls her hesitancy understandable, but warns it's not a good look. Reframes silence as damaging, forcing her to view cooperation as self-protection.
You got all of it.
Okay.
I got.
Okay, let's back up. Okay, let's back up.
And I want to talk.
Okay, so before we discussed the amount of work, the workup we put into finding you and all that stuff, okay? And you said, I don't have any friends. And we live in a day and an age where it's pretty easy to see how people are representing themselves. I don't know if you've heard a little thing called Facebook. But there is Facebook. Mm-hmm. People place pictures and they say what they're doing and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And a quick rundown of that, you do have friends. Okay?
People that I've added on Facebook.
Okay, but people that you hang out with, people that you're shown in photographs with, people that you appear to be having a good time with, most people would consider those people friends. Okay?
Or family.
Or family, okay. So friends and family.
Associates.
Okay, or associates.
Co-workers.
All of the above, okay? Okay. So all those people, so you do have friends. I would even wager to say that you are in a close relationship with some people that you care about and that probably care about you. I don't know the fine details of it, but just gleaning over it, I think there's people out there on Facebook that you're shown in pictures with that you care about and they care about you. Is that fair?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Okay, but I'm saying specifically people recently that you're in pictures with.
Cool.
Particularly a male and a female.
Uses her social media photos to show she does have friends, especially with Doug and Jasmine. Undermines her claim of detachment and connects her to the suspects.
Couple people.
Couple people. Okay.
But they're not my concern.
They're not your concern? What is your concern right now?
You said you want to hear my story. I don't know the story.
Right. But I don't want people that whether they're close to you or you think that they're close to you, I don't want you to think that I don't want us to go off of what they say. Does that make sense?
To the people that people say people? The people say people?
People say, well, we can start putting names to it because this is going to get confusing when the people say people and talking in code and all stuff about Facebook and all that stuff. Right. But you said earlier that you appreciated specifics, right? Okay. And I can't give you all the specifics right now, but you know who I'm talking about. So give me a little credit.
No.
Okay. So let's just say, I don't know. Let's go back. Let's start with nicknames. Okay. Let's say Big D. Big D. You don't know who Big D is. Okay.
Mentions Big D and immediately watches her body language for a reaction. If she recognizes the name, her reaction will likely betray it. Nonverbal cues often leak truth.
Tell me this. What does Doug mean to you? And tell me that. Because it looks like from the pictures, he means something.
That's what people say wrong.
Well, here's Miss Martisha. And here is Doug. Here is Snapchat Doug. I don't know about with all the filters. So he's somebody to you. Just give me the rundown. Who is Doug? What does Doug mean to you? You ain't got to talk about Doug, but what does he mean to you? He didn't mean to you? Okay. So all this is nothing?
It's whatever you want to take it as.
Tatted so I know it's real. 6 months and counting.
Yeah, that's what it says.
But he don't mean shit to you.
I know what I mean. She ain't said I cussed my mom out.
What's that? He cussed your mom out?
No. I said, you see, I cussed my mom out. I cussed my daddy out.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would, at times, people mean stuff to you, and other times maybe they don't. Would that be fair? You know what one of the worst parts of my job is I watch people, particularly in my experience, well, I don't want to overgeneralize, but females in relationships where their men or whatever are out doing stupid stuff end up dragging them down. And here I am, I'm sitting with you, okay, and I've talked with you for a significant amount of time now, okay? It's fair to say you got a lot of stuff going for you, all right? If the right situation presents itself, I think someone or some job or whatever could truly appreciate you because...
Not now, no.
No, there's no not now, no. I'm just saying. But what I see too frequently is people in your situation, okay, with all this stuff in your court.
Situation.
Hear me out. In your situation where you got a lot of stuff going for you.
Praises her talents and life potential, then contrasts it with the risk of losing it all. Creates cognitive dissonance between who she is and who she could become if she stays silent.
Allowing somebody to drag them down. Okay, and feeling as if they owe this person something or they need to protect them or all the other stuff. When I can tell you, when the roles are reversed, more often than not, you find that that person's not doing the same for you. You got kids, okay? You got a life. You got all these things going for you. And you're going to let this drag you down. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's the direction we're headed. How?
Suggests she's protecting people who wouldn't protect her in return. Seeds doubt and disillusionment, potentially turning her against her co-conspirators.
Okay?
No, you didn't tell me how it's going to drag me down.
Right. Your vehicle, you being in a place.
You never showed me that.
Okay? And I don't have to show you that now. You know what? You know when I have to show it to you? If and when you are charged and you go through the process and the discovery, you can see it then. Okay?
Charged with what?
If you get, like we're talking murder, if you got charged with murder or any crime.
I'm not talking about if. I'm gonna be charged with what?
So you have murder and then any crime that went in the furtherance of that. Okay. And the statute is crazy thick with what it could be.
So what am I looking at?
What are you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
I can't decide that until I guess you're right. I could go on what everybody else says or will say, all the information, whatever. And I told you, right now it doesn't paint a very good picture. However, I think it's important that you provide your context, okay? Are you a killer? Tell me, answer that question for me. Are you a killer?
I'll plead my case whenever I'm charged with something.
Okay, do you consider yourself a killer?
Yeah, I kill animals. I kill
Okay,
dogs.
would you kill another human being?
Yeah, if I had to.
If you had to, okay? What if you didn't have to? Would you?
Who knows? I could be driving a car and kill somebody.
Okay, on an accident and all the other stuff. But I'm saying, would you willingly take someone's life?
I don't think anybody I associate myself with willingly take someone's life.
Okay. So building on that, I'm telling you right now, people you associate with did take someone's life. If you're telling me it wasn't willingly, then that's some stuff we have to discuss.
I didn't say anything. I said people I associate. How many friends do I have on there?
Okay.
All of them are associated with me.
Okay. I'm telling you, people that you are in a lot of pictures with, I love you, this. I'm telling you, these people
That's just in one thing that I posted a whole bunch of pictures at one time.
Okay. I mean, May 14th was a banner day.
Warns that she could face charges from murder to accessory without yet charging her. Instills uncertainty and fear of future punishment, especially since she hasn't been arrested yet.
I get it, but you're not giving me anything beyond that. You're like stonewalling me, and you're like, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about me. I want to. And basically, we're sitting here.
I don't even talk about me.
What?
I don't even talk about me.
Okay. Since you want to talk about you, that's fine. Tell me what you were doing Monday during the day.
Can't answer that. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Okay, so Monday would have been the first day of the week.
I had a doctor's appointment.
You had a doctor's appointment on Monday? Where was your doctor's appointment at?
Oh, my doctor. Citron.
Okay, and what time was that doctor's appointment?
I don't know.
Okay, was it in the morning? Was it in the afternoon? So it was either in the morning or the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Did you drive yourself or did you ride with someone?
Asks vague questions about her Monday activities, doctor visits, and who drove her car. Subtle, detailed trapping. If she lies, they can later prove it false using surveillance or logs.
Me.
You drove yourself?
Yeah.
Did anybody go with you?
Nobody.
Nobody went with you? And how did you get there? Did you take your car or did you take someone else's car?
My car.
Okay. So you drove yourself. Did anybody else on Monday drive your car? Anywhere?
Yeah.
Who?
I'm not talking about nobody else.
Okay.
But I told you at the house that I'm not the only one who drives that car.
Okay. Who else drives that car?
I'm not talking about nobody else.
Okay.
Facebook is a show.
I believe, Martisha, I believe I was wrong about you. I believe my initial impressions of you, I was wrong.
I told you there's 5 of me.
Okay, well, all 5 of you, if I've interacted with all 5 of you,
You haven't.
I was wrong about all of them.
The detective says, I was wrong about you, withdrawing earlier empathy and trust. This emotional reversal shocks the suspect, triggering a need to reclaim lost approval.
I'm sorry.
Because I tried to convince myself that you were a person who maybe was not as involved in this incident as maybe some of my colleagues have led me to believe, and who I felt was willing to take a chance on.
You can believe a lie, you can believe the truth.
Okay. Well,
Or you can believe the facts. And I haven't received any facts, so I'm sorry.
I'm gonna, you know what? I will give you facts. I'm gonna give you facts. So, and dear Mama, where are you? Please come back. We miss you. Are you hurt? Has your phone died? What about Big D and Miss Jasmine? Where are they? Are they hurt? By the way, we were with Nanny, or Nani, I don't know. We have clothes and stuff, but you will be right here.
He reads a heart-wrenching letter written by her child, begging for her return. Direct emotional trauma activates guilt, grief, and shame, creating immense internal pressure.
Part 2. Mama is okay, thank God. but I still want to talk to her. Still nothing from Big D or Miss Jasmine, but I hope they're okay. Even though Mama got a new phone, I can ask Nani if I can get it. I miss you a lot, Mama. I remember when you tried to protect us from all the gunshots. Locked in the trunk, and after that day, you guys were gone. Please come back. We need you. All of us. I remember you said for us to stay strong, and I don't think I can any longer. We need you. Part 3. We need you. From the top of my head to the bottom of my heart. Why did this have to happen? I was not ready for you to leave. I'm too young to lose you. Please, please come back. We all know it was wrong for y'all to bring us. If anything happens, we are praying. But all we ask for is you to come back. Just please come back. That's all we ask. I don't have to show you anything anymore.
You ain't gotta show me.
I don't have to show you anything anymore.
My name's Morticia.
Says he doesn't need to show her the footage now. She'll see it in court. This tactic implies they've already got everything they need, making resistance futile.
Just got word. It's like I don't have to talk to you anymore. We made the arrest we needed to make. So you just hang out and we'll go from there. What's up?
I don't hang out.
Well, guess what? You're not. You are hanging out now. You are not free to leave. You are being detained.
What am I being charged with?
Right now, it is as it sits, unless anything changes. You are looking at murder, accessory after the fact, child endangerment.
Abruptly informs her she's being charged with murder and child endangerment. This emotional spike destabilizes her psychologically, increasing vulnerability.
Child endangerment, which will fall under the child abuse statute.
I'm not talking anymore because you are.
Well, you didn't do anything to help your case when you were talking, so I don't know why.
Echoes her own phrases like, "You don't have to show me anything," to reinforce accountability. Makes her feel the walls closing and using her own words. She becomes the architect of her own trap.
You told me I didn't have a case. You told me I wasn't being convicted of anything. You wanted to talk about me.
I told you that I had a belief. I had a belief that you did. I had a belief.
Representation, because you're using wordplay.
I told you I had a belief that I wanted you. You're not listening. Martisha, you're not listening.
You were listening.
Okay. I told you that I had a belief that you were hopefully a witness to this. The way you have represented yourself and the way you have wasted your time and the way you've wasted mine leads me to believe that you have additional involvement in this incident. Okay. And when everybody else talks, which trust me, they will, and they tell us,
Warns that others involved will roll and protect themselves, unlike her. Trigger survival instinct. She now fears being left holding the blame while others walk free.
and you had this opportunity, you're going to regret sitting here because guess what? Your kids that wrote that letter, you're not going to see them again. I hate to tell you, except behind like bars. That's how they're going to see you for the rest of your life and the rest of theirs. Because I thought you were somebody who maybe made a mistake, got tangled up with the wrong people, maybe got taken along for the ride. I could not have been more wrong because you've had an opportunity to sit here and tell me that and you didn't. And I wasted my time and I rolled the dice on you and I was wrong.
He tells her, you had a chance. You stayed silent. Now you'll regret it. Frame silence as guilt. She's no longer passive. She's responsible for her own downfall.
So that's that. I don't have to show you anything else. I don't have to show you all the things where you hit on the license plate readers. I don't have to show you the surveillance footage that shows you in your car behind his truck. I don't have to show you any of that. You can see that when your representation gets it in discovery. So that's that. You're looking at murder. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. There's really no wiggle room there. I was hoping that wasn't the case, but it is. So, unless you got anything else to say to me, I got other people I got to go talk to. You can sit here until we get you transported. Okay? Just know that the chances that they're extending you the same courtesy that you are them is probably something that self-preservation is a very powerful motivator. And when they roll, I mean, just remember this. We had this opportunity. And you're going to have regrets. And I hate that for you. And I hate that for your kids. I hate that for having to read that letter that was authored by a child of yours. And yeah, here, I'll show it to you. I'll show you.
You said you had to show me that.
No, I'll show it to you. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. This was authored by Janai.
You got the arrest of the person that you need to. You don't need to talk to me anymore. I said I wasn't talking anymore. So if you are convicting me of something,
I can't convict you of anything.
If you are charging me with something, regardless of whether I open my mouth or not, you're going to charge me with whatever you want to charge me.
That's not the case.
People saying
because I told you. I told you, and you apparently haven't listened to me. I told you that there are all kinds of charges you could be charged with. And there's all kinds of charges you can't be charged with. I'm not here to just charge you with stuff that you didn't do. Okay?
Yeah.
Why is that?
If you got evidence, if you got proof, if you got the arrest that you want, you will know whatever you need to know to not charge me for what I didn't do. I'm done.
But you can't provide any explanation as to why you and your vehicle. So you want me to present a case in which mommy knew enough to leave her kids in the car because they were going down the street to do something, and then the kids were close enough to where they could hear the gunshots. So there's only so many ways you can play that. Either you care truly about your kids, you didn't want to see them get hurt and all that other stuff, or you knew exactly what was getting ready to go down and you left them there in that car by themselves as what happened down the road happened. I mean, I'm still scratching my head as to why you were there in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. Other than you had involvement or got drug into something. And I was hoping that you got drug into something. But your lack of cooperation here, sitting here right now, tells me that you weren't just drug into something.
1 + 1 = 2. 1 in correlation with 1 2 gives you 2. If 1 doesn't make sense, then it doesn't make sense.
You're there, Martisha. You're there.
Has nothing to do with 1 and 2.
You're absolutely there. You cannot provide any explanation for why you're there.
Asked her to explain why she'd leave her kids alone in a car near gunfire. Reframes a crime not just as legal wrongdoing, but moral failure as a mother.
Reasonable to think that if you can't provide an explanation for you, you're withholding information because you were involved.
It's reasonable without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Reasonable without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. You can take your chance how you want. This was an opportunity for you.
I asked for a lawyer a while ago.
Did you? You want an attorney? You have an attorney?
Oh,
I did not hear you ask for an attorney. I heard you say you didn't want to speak with me anymore, and then you kind of waffle back and forth. If you're saying you want an attorney, I'll discontinue this conversation right now.
And then what happens?
And then we do paperwork, and you go to jail on charges of murder and everything related to that.
And guess what?
What?
You just hit anyone.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. All right, hang tight.
won't be is true. So please accept my food.
Okay, just know that I nor any other law enforcement officer can talk to you and ask you questions because you've asked for an attorney. Do you have an attorney you would like present? No, nobody? Just know that Doug is on his way here, and we're going to talk to him, and your card is kind of staying with us too. So, but I want you to know that.
Mom can't pick it up.
Nope, it is being held pursuant to a search warrant. We are going to seize it and conduct a search warrant for evidence of the crime.
It's a match to the gun we found.
Right. Yeah. So,
Ma'am. Well, I see that you're breathing and you're probably okay, but I want to make sure you're okay. Can you sit up and talk to me, please? Or roll over if you like. You don't have to sit all the way up. What you doing on the ground, babe? Huh? I can't hear you, hon. Say that again. Your legs are weak? Well, how about you sit in the chair and you can rest on the table like you were? Okay?
I'm trying to find a blanket, but there's nothing around here. Or just lay on the floor.
You want to stay down on the ground?
What's your name? Are you? What is actually wrong with you? You're freezing?
Your legs are weak.
Why? Because you're
What do
cold?
they feel like?
Have you been standing up?
Yeah, I saw you're standing in the corner. Okay, girl, why don't you stand up and then sit in the chair, okay? And then just lean back on the table like you were earlier, okay?
I can't. I don't have one around here nowhere. That's the problem with being where you're at. If you have one that you know of, or a jacket or something in your vehicle, I can go get it for you. You don't have nothing out there? Do you want me to go look? Oh,
I'll let her come get the keys from you in a second, okay?
She's left cold and lying on the floor, visibly shaken. The detective then offers a blanket. Her physical vulnerability mirrors her emotional state, making any remaining psychological defenses crumble.
boom. How about that? There you go. Hey, what are you crying for? Because you're freezing? Huh? Okay, well, cover it up the opposite way to probably give you more warmth. Is that better? Is that why you're crying? Is that going to warm you up some? I mean, I'm in here in short sleeves.
I told him before I came I get cold easy.
Well, I think if you'll sit in that chair, or even
sitting in the chair the whole time.
I know it gets cold when your blood settles, right? But just keep yourself covered up, okay? If you give yourself a chance, like rub your arms, give yourself a little bit of a chance to warm up, okay? And I think you'll be good. Does that sound good? I'll come check on you in a few minutes. But that's the best I can do for right now, unless you think you have something bigger in your car. Do you think? Do you want me to look?
You can look
Where would something be?
in the trunk, if anything, or the back seat.
Where's your car parked at?
When companies in the visitor's spot.
What's it look like?
This Kia.
Okay, I see Kia. Kia what? Is it
Sorrento is almost this color.
it's black?
Nothing grayish.
Is it like a, it finally warmed you up, didn't it? All right. Is it like a SUV or, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the visitor's lot?
Yes, ma'am.
That blanket finally helped you, didn't it? Do you want me to wait or do you want me to go see if I can find something? I think that's going to do it for you.
Now.
Okay. All right. I'll check on you in a few minutes. And I think, yeah, that should start taking the edge off for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Morticia.
Martisha. Okay. I'll come check on you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Miss Johnson, wakey wakey. This deputy here is going to transport you to the Alachua County Jail on charges of first-degree murder and first-degree attempted murder, like we previously discussed. And down the road, like we discussed, don't fall. Don't take a header down there. So, just FYI, we're going to your car subject to a search warrant, so we got that. That's going to be in our yard. So if you want to designate a family member or somebody to pick it up, I think your mom might actually be on the registration. So just have her reach out to us, and as soon as we're done with it, we'll make sure it gets to her, so that way you guys aren't accruing fees and whatnot. Beyond that, what's your deal? You're fine in here. You're just cold? Okay. Well, you got to put your hands behind your back and put you in handcuffs. So
Ends the conversation, reminds her she's being transported, and says she'll see evidence later through her attorney. Removes all remaining power from the suspect. She is now entirely at the mercy of the legal process. Doug Heath and Martesha Johnson wanted to kill Derek Williams, also known as Smoke, out of jealousy and rage tied to a toxic love triangle. Jasmine Webb had been romantically involved with both men. Doug was her ex-boyfriend and father of her children, while Smoke was her new love interest. Doug, unable to accept Jasmine's relationship with Smoke, became consumed by anger and felt betrayed. Investigators found threatening messages and hostile phone calls between Doug and Smoke leading up to the shooting. Doug and Martesha, who was romantically involved with Doug, allegedly drove to the barbecue with Jasmine, armed and ready to confront Smoke. Their motive was driven by romantic obsession, emotional betrayal, and the desire to eliminate a rival. But tragically, they killed the wrong man.
People have been sentenced to prison after prosecutors say their love triangle got someone killed. An Alachua County judge sentenced Doug Heath and Martesha Johnson to life in prison after a jury convicted the duo of first-degree murder.
Martesha Johnson was convicted of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and accessory after the fact in the mistaken identity shooting of Tyrone Blocker in Brooker, Florida. The incident stemmed from a deadly love triangle involving Johnson, Jasmine Webb, and Doug Heath. Authorities determined that Johnson played an integral role in orchestrating the attack, which tragically claimed the life of an innocent man.
The third member of the triangle, Jasmine Webb, was convicted of manslaughter on May 17, 2021. Prosecutors say Heath and Johnson mistakenly killed Tyrone Blocker in Northeast Alachua County. They were trying to shoot a different man after Webb started a relationship with him.
In June 2023, Johnson was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Her co-defendant, Doug Heath, received the same sentence, while Jasmine Webb pleaded no contest to manslaughter and was sentenced to 12 years, with credit for 599 days already served. The case shocked the community and highlighted the devastating consequences of misdirected jealousy and manipulation.